Hey, it's me, Bob33, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sakura on my Earth. We're in the second part of the second chapter, and we're about to deliver an envelope to Karen Archer. Now, we see closely at the door right there, you can still see her Japanese name. It's, again, not a complete translation, especially in the animation. And yeah, this is just right from the first part where Shinjo accidentally walked into a changing, and we're also interrupting a meeting she's had. This will become a major part of the story later on, but right now we're going to learn a bit more about Karen Archer here. And we get to see her office. It looks pretty nice. It's pretty organized, it seems right there. This is also her house. Her room's on the right at that door over there. And that package ended up being the list of all the residents in the Harlem area. Again, part of the story. And look like we're talking about legal actions again. And you see that Karen Archer is pretty uptight when it comes to the law. I mean, even every little single thing, like a simple accident, she treats it like a court case. And I think we're going to pick our first choice here, of this part at least. And I think I picked a different response. I think the middle one's the right one. But I decided to pick a different answer to see what would happen, you know, just out of curiosity. I think we get like a neutral response. So again, the middle answer is the correct one. I haven't tried the dead answer. I imagine it's a neutral response as well.
Nah, this is just how things are.
And well, we don't get to actually see what's going on outside, but imagine, you know, people on motorcycles having fun, causing, well, I guess trouble, or at least a disturbance in the peace. And you know what, I decided to go with this one, and that ended up being the right answer. Now usually I pick Karen, you're happy, but I just want to see the reaction of both Shinjo and Karen if they decide to go with that one. I thought they might drag Shinjo outside and end up embarrassing himself. You know, because of the first part of the second episode of my second chapter.
I want to make Harlem a place we can brag about. The best neighborhood in New York.
And you can see here that Karen really loves Harlem. She has like so much pride for it. And this whole city is pretty much the major part of the story in this chapter. So much so that Karen's gonna make a tough decision here. Little bit of a spoiler, but you know, just a little heads up. And you know, in this part, we meet up with Jiminy Sunrise, or whoever you decide to pick in this, in the first chapter. and always coincidentally they're always on the way home too, because you know, I guess enemy logic. Don't get to see the horse in the picture as well. Would have been kind of nice, or it'd be a little bit attention to detail right there. And pretty much Cheiron has the same conversation with you know, each person. And pretty much you get to pick the same answers as well. Now pretty much I pick compassion every time. I think love is also a correct answer. Of course money is not the right answer, although I guess that's technically a right answer, according to the world that we live in, unfortunately. But again, it's gotta pick the, you know, the right answer, the good moral one. Pretty much whichever character you have, I guess they pretty much give you the same response, but I guess a different way of saying it, you know, that fits the character. So again, not a major change of the story, but you know, it's something different and something that is worth replaying, at least in my opinion. And see destructions happening around the city, and one of the biker gangs that we went into earlier got hurt. And this is the part we get a little, we're not an action scene because nothing's animated in this part. Or moving animated. We get one of these again. Pretty much fill up that bar in the middle as fast as you can by, you know, copying the arrows on the sides. Again, you don't need to completely fill up the bar. It's just you just need to fill up a whole lot, you know, enough to, you know, help that person. And we found out that Cheiron's responsible for this, as well as some other people. And pretty much it's a bit confusing here because, you know, Cheiron there's Harlem, but to destroying the building.
That's it for today.
Well, it's much more than that. You see, you know, a bit later on, but pretty much all the citizens in Harlem are not liking Steam Frontier, the name of the company that's in charge of the construction crew, destroying the buildings of Harlem. Mainly because they feel like destroying Harlem is destroying their identity. And you know, one thing I noticed here, and it happens in other cartoons and maybe even TV shows, but usually when the evil construction crew, that's in quotation marks, are trying to destroy a building, they're always seen as the bad guy, right? You know, those who want to keep the building, you know, because, you know, it's part of an identity, even though if the building's old and not even being used, it should be stayed up. It reminds me of that one episode of Hey Arnold where the grandma wants to keep the building, but Ernie, who works in that construction crew, wants to take it down, even though that building is broken down and is never going to be used at all again. I I don't know, it always seems like the construction crew is always evil there. I like to see a different take on the story, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And we see our main antagonist of this chapter at least. And pretty much a Russian Viking navy. Well, not Viking, but she strikes like a warrior. Pretty much she's almost invisible in the majority of the story. She doesn't really have any impact until near the very end. So she's one of the forgettable antagonists of this game. I guess the only thing memorable about her is her Russian accent. And as you can see here, she's having a similar problem that Cheiron's having, that everybody needs to obey the law, but the only difference is that they want everybody to obey her law and not, you know, a government or anybody else's, because she thinks everything that she believes is correct. And that's pretty much the end of Chapter 2, Part 2. It's a pretty short chapter. Usually just like 4 parts in each chapter, but this one's kind of broken in half. And we're about to see that later on. So this is me, Bobby 33, and I catch you guys later.